Hey everybody, this is Christopher Small, and this is episode 43 of Estate Planning TV. I'm your host. I've already said what my name is. I'm not going to say it again. Hopefully you heard it. And this is the internet's most passionate show about estate planning. So, welcome. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I don't know if you could tell, but last week I was feeling under the weather big time. I feel great now. I don't know if it was allergies or I had a cold or what, but I feel really good. I'm super excited to talk to you about today's topic, which is whether or not you should consider gifting or using your entire estate tax exemption now, while you're alive, while you're still here, as opposed to waiting until you're dead and then using it on whatever your estate looks like. Before I get going, though, I will tell you, today's topic is probably geared more toward the person that has a higher net worth. All right. If you recall, the Washington State doesn't even apply here, right? There is no gift tax in Washington State, so you can give away as much money as you want while you're alive. You pay no estate taxes in Washington State. Now, that's not the case at the federal level. Okay. And by the way, to back up, Washington State, what they have is an estate tax. So when you die, in today, if your net worth, if your asset worth is over $2.193 million, you start to pay estate tax on that, okay? But there is no tax, there is no penalty or anything on gifting things away while you're alive. Now, on the federal level, it's a double-edged sword. So at the federal level, as an individual, you have $11.2 million to give away while you're alive before you start to pay taxes. And if you die, you have $11.2 million to give away before you start paying taxes. And that's just $11.2 million one time. So if you have $11.2 away while you're alive, then you don't have anything to give away when you're dead. Okay? It's done. You get that exemption, that's it. Now, most people structure it in a way so that they retain that exemption and then pass it on when they die. Okay? And there are reasons for doing that. Most of the time, the reasons differ for everyone. But I wanted to talk to you today about considering giving and utilizing your entire gift exemption before you die, only because of this sort of rare time that we live in. So, if you recall, only last year in 2017, the exemption was $5.45 million. Donald Trump comes in, he becomes president, and all of a sudden does this big tax thing, and now in 2018, it is $11.2 million per person. And it will continue to rise gradually for inflation up until 2026 when it ends. Okay, so in 2026, Congress is going to have an opportunity to remake the law, and there's the potential that they could pull it way down. Okay? Now, that's not the only scary thing. The other scary thing that could happen is Donald Trump could either not be reelected in 4 years, depending on where you lean in the political news that you listen to. Donald Trump could not be president anymore very soon. And as the political tides change, as they are wont to do in the United States over time, a new Congress could come in and a new president could come in, and they could change that immediately. All right, they could reduce it way down, and depending on who it is, they could reduce it even down below that 5.45 million that it used to be. So that is one of the reasons why it's really, I think, critical, particularly if you have a significant amount of wealth. So if you are single and your wealth is in that, over 11.2 million, then you really want to consider potentially putting some of that, giving some of that away, and doing some planning. Now, your individual circumstances are going to kind of depend on what you want to do and how you want to do it. That's why you should come and talk to me or somebody to figure that out and to kind of strategize and game plan for that. And if you're married, you have double the exemption, 22.4 at this time, which is crazy, a lot of money, which is nice. But still, if you're up in that area, then you may want to consider doing some strategic gifting to take and utilize some of that exemption just in case it goes away. I can tell you in my experience and historical trends show that it's very, very possible that it's going to go down. And depending on who's in office, it could go way down. Not too long ago, it was only $1 million in 2009. So think about that, the difference in that. So if you give away, if you, for example, let me give you an example. If you had died in 2009 with $11 million, you would have paid about $4 million in estate taxes. If you died today in 2018 with $11 million, you pay zero. Okay, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So you really want to consider planning and taking advantage of some of these things when they arise. You don't have to give it all away. You don't have to give up your entire liquidity. But if you have significant assets, tied up in a business, that's also another thing to really consider. So the point of this, today's episode is really just to make you aware that those things are possible and to really consider them if you find yourself in that category. I would also say that, if you're living in Washington State and you are concerned about estate taxes and you're probably in that, even in that $5 to $10 million range, it may be worth having a chat with somebody to do some planning, because it can save you a significant amount of money. A few $1,000s here and there to get a good estate plan done can save you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars down the road. So that is it for today. A shorty but a goodie. All right. Once again, I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. I am an estate planning attorney. We do probate too. If you need help, please call me 206-659-1512. You can email me chris@cmslawfirm.com. I would love to talk to you. I would love to see if I can help you out. I'd love to see if we're a good fit, and help you take care of your family, create some legacy, save some money, create some wealth, do all those fun things that we like to do. All right, that is it. Until next time, see you.